Lots of people now post videos to YouTube, and one thing that I keep on seeing on a lot of videos now are video intros. And I see a lot of people with really cool video intros. Well, today I'm going to show you guys how you can make a really awesome, really cool intro, just like the video introduction that I have right now inside of Sony Vegas. Okay guys, so what you're going to be getting is you're going to be getting an intro like the intro that you just saw right before this part of the video. So anyway, so to go ahead and get started, all we're going to need is we're going to need Sony Vegas. In this video I'm going to be using Sony Vegas Pro 9, but you can use any version of Sony Vegas that has media generator, but preferably Sony Vegas Pro 9. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Sony Vegas, and so the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to media generators and go to Pyrotype Tiler. And once we're in there, we're going to go ahead and click on this empty one right here, and we're going to drag that into the timeline. So I'm just going to go click empty and drag that into the timeline. And once it goes ahead and loads up, it should come up to a window like this right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to collections, and then we're going to go ahead and select the collection that we're going to use. For this one, I'm going to be using Fly In. If you hover over it and click on it, it should put a little preview right down here. So that's Fly In. Here is Jump, Pop Up, Scroll, and there's a whole different other one. So we're going to use Fly In. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and click that and drag that down here into this timeline to go ahead and put in the Fly In. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click this thing and drag it over until you can see the full preview of the text. Then what you do is just double click on the text to go ahead and select the text, and then we're going to go ahead and highlight the entire thing and type in whatever we want. I'm going to type in Apple PC 98. And then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and make it a different font, just so you're not stuck on the default font. So I'm going to go ahead and select everything, and I'm going to go here to font, and I'm going to change it to the font called Space Age. If you guys want this font, Space Age, you can go ahead and download it from the link that I will post in the description or on the screen right here. Then you can go ahead and change things like font size, font style, and all these other different things. But once we're done editing the text, we want to go over here to press Escape to go ahead and edit, and that will bring us back to the normal edit mode. And now what we want to do is we want to go over here to effects, and we want to go ahead and add in something like a glow. So I'm going to go here and check mark the glow box and go ahead and extend that down, and I'm going to go ahead and change the glow color to red right down here, and I'm going to go ahead and extend the glow amounts to all the way to go ahead and make it look like that. And we're going to keep the length to around 10 seconds for the purposes of this video, but you can go ahead and do anything else. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and add in my text to 4 seconds, so it can go ahead and make the intro like mine. So now if we go ahead and we go ahead and position our thing to 4 seconds, because it lasted 4 seconds, so if we keep it longer than 4 seconds, the introduction that we just made will just repeat. So if I go ahead and drag it to around 4 seconds and then play it from the beginning, it should look like that. Now it should lag in the preview window just a little bit, but once in your finished product, it'll look like the introduction that I have right there. So anyway, that is the first one. So you want to go ahead and keep on continuing that process until we have everything that we want to in the introduction. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part of the video so you guys can see me going ahead and adding in the rest of the title slides. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed this part up right now. So yeah. Okay guys, and so for this part of the video I'm going to go ahead and add in another text effect, sort of like the a different one, because the text that I want to type in is leave your questions or comments in the comments below or whatever. And so anyway, for that I can't necessarily fit it in a Pyrotype Tiler, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to media generators, and I'm going to go grab in text and grab in a default text, and then I'm going to go ahead and change the text to whatever I want. So I'm just going to go leave questions in the leave questions in the comments below or at applepc98@gmail.com. So I'm going to go ahead and select everything. So let me just do that. I'm going to unbold it, and then I'm going to change the font size to around size, let's say 36. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the font again to that Space Age font. So let's just go to Space Age, wherever it is. So here it is. So once we have that, I'm going to go to Effects, and I'm going to go to Draw Outline, and I'm going to go ahead and make the outline of it red. So yeah, so now as you see here, it's got a red outline, such as that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and close out of my window, and I'm going to go ahead and still make it to around 4 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and make it to around 16, so let's just go to 16 seconds and drag that there, and I'm going to go ahead and add in some transition. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a dissolve, or no, I'm going to add in a cross effect transition for this. So let's just do that, and then also put a cross effect transition at the end of this video. But now I'm going to go ahead and continue speeding that up so I can go ahead and add in the final pyrotype tiler. So let's just go ahead and speed that up now. Okay guys, so now that we're completely done, we have all of our text. So we have if we play that from the beginning, we just have all of our text coming in like that, and it fades to the text again, and then it goes ahead and fades to another one of these text things, and then it goes ahead and fades into the large text that I have there. It fades out, and then we have the last pyrotype tiler right there. And so anyway, that's the whole text portion of this introduction. And now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and add in our effects. So we're going to go down here to media generators, and then we're going to go here to solid color, and we're going to click a black one and drag that down into the timeline. Go ahead and leave it the way it is, and go ahead and drag it to fit the entire portion of the video. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go here to video effects, and we're going to go down and find a lens flare. So as you see here, lens flare. So just go ahead and select the lens flare, and go ahead and add in a 35mm lens, which is this one right here. Just click and drag that down onto the timeline right there. And now here comes the fun part where you guys can go ahead and position the lens flare to go ahead anywhere you want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and extend that to around there, and I'm going to go ahead and add in a new keyframe and position that, and I'm going to go ahead and move the lens flare up into the top corner, and I'm going to go ahead and continue this process to go ahead and move the lens flare around the screen for the entire intro. So the lens flare is continuously moving around the screen, so let's go ahead and tilt it around the corners for now. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put it back up there. It fades to tech help, so we're going to go ahead and add in another keyframe, go ahead and add it back down there, and we're going to go ahead and continue this process until we have a lens flare around the entire screen. So let's just go ahead and speed this portion of the video up right now until the end. So let's just do that. So okay, and now we're done with that. We've gone ahead and added in our lens flare completely to the entire portion of the video. So as you see here, I have an entire bunch of keyframes. And so now I'm going to go ahead and close out this window once I have everything done just the way I like it. And then we're going to go ahead and play the intro again. So if we play that, as you notice, it starts playing, and then the lens flare keeps moving around the screen with the video as it keeps going. Now it's moving pretty fast, but in the final product it will not be moving so fast. And so now what we want to do is we want to go back to video effects, and we want to go ahead and add in a TV effect. So we're going to go to TV simulator, and I'm going to drag in TV look onto that portion of the video to make it look a little like that. But then we're going to go back into the video effects of the let's go back into the effects right here, and we're going to take the aperture grill and we're going to drag that all the way down to 0 so that it won't have a TV look in the background. It'll only have a TV look on the lens flare. And so now what we're going to do is just drag that portion down, and now we're going to go back to media generators, and we're going to go to noise texture and drag in plasma. Then we're going to go ahead and change the plasma color. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to, we'll start out with red and red, so sort of an orange. Okay, so now we're going to go to the blending mode right here and go ahead and change that to overlay. And so now as you see here, it'll only make it so it changes the color of the lens flare. So we're going to go ahead and drag that portion of the plasma down there, and we're going to go ahead and continue dragging in different phases of plasma on that same level layer, so it makes it look like while the lens flare is moving around the screen, it's changing colors. So let me just go ahead and drag in one down here and make it blue. And we're going to go ahead and drag it to fit around there, and we're going to go ahead and continue this process until you have every lens flare exactly the way you want it. So go ahead and just drag that around there, and I'm going to go ahead and make the final plasma. I'm going to choose green, so you can go ahead and use any colors that you want for this. So yeah, so now we're just going to go ahead and drag that there, and drag that in. And then, as you notice, now as the lens flare is moving around the screen with the text, the lens flare has a TV looking effect and it's changing colors. And so now the final thing that we want to do for this intro is we want to go to transitions and we want to find flash. And I'm going to choose hard flash, and we're just going to drag a hard flash onto the end of every layer in the intro. So let's just drag hard flash onto the end of every layer. And once that's done, we have our intro. So as you notice, we have the lens flare moving around the screen with the TV effect. It's changing colors, and we have our very nice looking text. And so you can do this, you can continue doing this until you have your intro exactly the way you want to. You can go ahead and add in music, and you can go ahead and add in anything else you want to. I'm getting a phone call right now, so I'm going to pause this video right now. So let's just go ahead and stop. Okay guys, sorry about that little interruption. I just had to go ahead and take a phone call. And so anyway, once you have everything done, that's it. You've made your intro. So all you have to do is you have to go to your file, and you have to go to render as, and make sure you have these settings the way you want to. So I'm going to name mine example intro. So EXAMPLE. So I'm going to name mine example intro, and I'm going to go ahead and keep it at my own custom HD settings, and I'm going to go ahead and click save, and then we're going to go ahead and have the intro like this, just the way it is. So it's going to take a long time to render, so I'm going to go. Okay everyone, so now our video is completely rendered, and so now everything's done. So I can go ahead and click on open to go ahead and open the intro in Media Player. So this is what it looks like. So we're just going to go ahead and wait for Media Player to load up right now. So it should load up. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close out of Sony Vegas for this because we don't need it anymore. And so, whoops. So yeah, so we go ahead and play the intro from the beginning. As you notice, the text comes in and the lens flare is moving around the screen. Now you guys should probably go ahead and take a little bit more time to go ahead and position your lens flares than I did, because I kind of positioned mine in a hurry, so they're kind of moving around the screen and not doing exactly what I did in my first intro. But anyway, that still looked pretty good. So just go ahead and make sure you guys position your keyframes exactly right, and go ahead and get everything to the right perfect settings, and go ahead and just make your intro yours and customize it however you want to. And so anyway, I know the intro I just made didn't look exactly as good as the intro that I had at the beginning of this video, but you know, I was kind of rushed through it to go ahead and make this video. So anyway, that is how to go ahead and create a really cool intro inside of Sony Vegas. So anyway, feel free to go ahead and make that for your intro, feel free to go ahead and make that as your outro, and feel free to go ahead and customize it any way you want to. So anyway, hope you guys like this video. Thanks a lot for watching guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.